awesomeness.
And we are live. So everyone, you just got a glimpse of what this energy looks like. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Unblinded Real Raw. And my name's Fernando, and usually I'm here to like say hello and galvanize. And today I'm doing double duty as I'll be one of your judges. But I'll let Vivian go through that. For everyone that's here, let's like talk about what's gonna happen. We're gonna spend the beginning of this, first of all, together. A lot of us, before we were talking about like ABBA and the song Fernando, and we were talking about puppies and beekeeping and all these different things because we're friends and we know each other, and we're gonna get to know each other at a deeper level to display to you what it looks like to merge ecosystems live with amazing people on days like today virtually. Then we're gonna have some fun as we're gonna go head to head on an influence off where two of our contestants are gonna go from hello to yes with our role player on something that is meaningful for them. Why do we do that? To show that influence is a superpower. It's present here, and this is where you can learn it. And the gentleman that's gonna kick us off, the visionary of Unblinded, the gentleman who discovered the formula over 22 years. I've recently been introducing him as someone who like skis double black diamonds, who like runs with the bulls and surfs in tornadoes while punching sharks in the face. This literally happened 7 days ago. He is alive and well. He did not hurt the shark. He did not hurt himself. And he is here. He is our leader. He's the founder and president of Cali Law and the influencer's influencer, Sean Cali. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up? 1 year ago today, Fernando, thank you for that incredible introduction. Yes, 1 year ago today was running with the bulls. Nicole, I'm sure is listening in right now, Nicole Maiello. And Nicole was like, I'm not doing this. And here's the beautiful story of influence. Nick Champagne, our dear friend, set this entire structure up. So we're staying in this incredible place, like overlooking the bulls, like running outside our window a couple of days before. So we're ready to do it. And we, of course, had this, I'm blind. And I'm going to be running with the bulls. And there's people and injuries and like, you know, gorings and everything. So 1 year ago today, we're like walking down the street with our guide. And his English wasn't great. And that was a little bit of a concern. And my Spanish, Vivian Fernando, has been a little rusty since in the day. But it's like a little present, but not great. And so I'm basically like, hey, like, so how does this all work? And, you know, do you run like on the side of us, behind us? He goes, run. I'm not running with the bulls. He goes, that's crazy. I'm like, dude, you're our guide for safety. What do you mean you're not running with the bulls? I'm like,
yeah, that's being safe to me.
You're like, we're not. He goes, oh, I would never do that. I'm like, well, then we're supposed to have a guide he's like, oh no, I show you where to start. I'm like, I'm paying like $500 for you to show me where to start. I think I could have asked like the front desk person. That's crazy. So yes, we ran with the bulls. Nicole and I were like flipping out. I'm like, you're not doing this. The crowd was so tight. It was physically lifting Nicole off the ground and moving her because of how tight the crowd was. Thank God we survived. There's videos about it. But yes, it's the Real Raw. Welcome everybody, and let's drop in. Vivian, how are you?
I'm fantastic. It's wonderful to be here, and it's wonderful to share with all of these beautiful people from the Mastery Program that are here and present with us, and to have Tony as a role player and Fernando is a judge today. So this is really super exciting.
Yes, we're pivoting a little bit and interspersing some like super skilled in the formula, training on it. Like Fernando, nobody's better in the world at training on it. You know, yeah, so we're present with that and gonna have a little bit of fun with this innovation. Like, check out how it feels for everybody. And Vivian, let's drop in with our incredible participants and judges for today.
Yes, we have Stanley Dietrich, and he is a member of 360 Life Without Limits, a personal development coaching program. Stanley helps his clients to transform their limiting beliefs with emotional, spiritual, and physical mindsets. He helps individuals turn thoughts into actions and actions into life on their own terms. Stanley's mission is to empower others on how to live a pain-free and limitless life by teaching alignment through emotion on a holistic level. Welcome, Stanley.
Stanley, what's up, brother? How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Hey, I got a quick question for you, though. Are you going to change your theme from Batman to Aquaman now that you've had a wrestle with a shark?
Well, it's funny that you would say that, Stanley, because in the last, I think, 5 Halloweens, not in exact order, but I was Willy Wonka, Peter Pan, Iron Man, Batman, and yes, I was Aquaman. So I wore the tight and by the way, like that outfit should have had shorts included, and it did not. And it was wildly and completely, totally ridiculous because it was only tights. And so was the Peter Pan outfit as well. So if you're going to be like one of these amazing people for Halloween, make sure you ask like the costume company, even if it's like an incredible place like in New York City, the best costumes in the world. like, yeah, like, do we need shorts? The tights by themselves, like, you know, probably not a great idea. So yes, thank you, Stanley. And
Awesome.
so Vivian?
We also have Grace King. Hello. She's an NYU graduate with a chemistry degree and earned CLU and 4 years of financial training with Equitable Financial. Grace started her own company supplying customized industrial parts for manufacturers and distributors in the USA and Canada. She's also founded Solrific Manufacturing and marketing renewable energy products to consumer to bring awareness about greener energy to the general public. One of Grace's inventions were a #1 on Amazon. Want to know what that is? Grace's mission is to heal holistically, so much so that she credits her methods and solutions in speeding the recovery of her mom's health after her triple bypass. Welcome, Grace.
Grace, how are you?
Great. Thank you, Vivian. That was such a wonderful introduction.
Grace,
Glad to be here.
like, I hope you're finally in flow, because like you're never in flow and in your heart. So I hope you're like there for today.
Me too. It's hard to predict with myself.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Grace is always in flow, loving
You see?
yeah, an unbelievably fun and successful person. So Grace, if you could share with everybody, I love the unique distinction that every January, can you share that distinction about January for you?
Oh, okay. Well, I love financial freedom, time freedom. That's why I started my own company. And the reason I do in the customized industrial part is because I only have to make the product once and I get repeated orders. So by January, pretty much every year, I pretty much have lined up all the order for the year. So I have plenty of income for the year to cover my overhead. So, and my staff, I set up a system for my staff so my customers are well taken care of. So I can go travel 2-3 times a month for decades.
Vivian, is this not a bad life that Grace has created for herself?
This is so amazing.
Yeah. Business ownership, not operatorship. Grace, amazing. Stanley, welcome. And we got judges, Vivian.
We have Kelly Hanna. Woo, woo. Founder and creative director of Big Sprout Media, a company she started after being widowed at 38 years old, where she teaches social media strategies for over 7 years. She has an extensive career spanning over 3 decades in advertising, branding, and marketing, producing 15 years of Emmy Award-winning video production and 12 years of social media. She's also a certified Google influencer and an internationally published blogger with a decade of immersion in the Tony Robbins community. Kelly has an extensive background in leadership, coaching, public speaking, and NLP. Plus, she is extremely passionate about traveling, culture, self-discovery, and alternative health. It is her life's mission to help people and places uncover and tell their story.
Outstanding. Kelly, Emmy Award winner, heart-centered person extraordinaire. The day I met her at Tony Robbins event was just like the most helpful, generous, present, kind human. Kelly, how are you?
I am outstanding. I was gonna do this outside, but it's like 94 out there, so I'm in the AC.
Enjoying your AC, and how's everything going for you, Kelly?
Everything is going tremendously well. Just anxious for all of my clients in the Caribbean to be able to start opening up, so I can finally get down there.
I know, and you have a big client, Turks, right? Turks Caicos.
Yes, the Shore Club in Turks and Caicos, and they open up July 22nd, and I am really excited about that.
That is awesome. Awesome. Well,
Can I come visit you?
Yes,
I know. Well, I'll go with you too, wherever you go, Grace, and I'll go with you, Kelly.
they have 7,000 square foot private villas.
That'll work.
Whoa.
So, yes, thank you, Kelly.
Great. That's all.
Ecosystem vacation planning, like amazing things are happening. And we have one final judge for today.
We also have Craig Klingman. Enjoys surfing, enjoys playing hide and seek with the grandkids, and he helps people improve the quality of their investment portfolio by diversifying into real estate with a 12 to 15% return. So welcome, Craig.
What's up, Craig from SoCal? How are you, brother?
Happy to be here. Happy to be here.
All right, we got some judging to do, some work to do, and getting down to it. And of course, we have Fernando was already introduced. We gonna say hello to Fernando, Vivian?
Well, Fernando is here to rewrite humanity, and he's about to tell you how and why.
Yes, with his vision of
right, Fernando?
Fernando, what is peopleification?
Peopleification is the monetization of ecosystem equity with love and integrity, AKA our 10 by 10. It is one and the same. They are symbiotic. They're one and the same visions. So I saw my future in Sean. I was looking to build this work. I was either going to spend 22 years and millions of dollars, or I was going to leverage the fact that Sean did, and he was gracious enough with his mentorship. So we came together, and we're doing it every single day. And we're even doing it on this call. So I have a lot of energy because I get to do that every day. Thank you to Sean for creating that container for me and for us here at the Unblinded Movement.
And thank you for your work ethic, your integrity, your ability to do that which you would not otherwise feel like doing. I think we're all at times in our self-mastery crushing through that. And I am immensely grateful for Fernando.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Vivian, last and certainly not least, we have a role player.
Oh my gosh, we got Tony Rodriguez, entrepreneur, real estate man, and a man who has his own show and movement called Get Up and Grow, where he teaches others to grow through their pain and in so doing become whole. And he is just very awesome and a beekeeper, and he has eggs that just got laid and basically very colorful.
Yeah.
He's a maverick.
And we are now in an egg laying off between the turtles on Tony's property.
That's right.
Turtles at my beach house. By the way, Tony, I have turtles laying eggs in North Jersey and South Jersey in both places. So I want to officially claim I get to double count or count fully all of those eggs, and I don't have to go with like one or the other. Is that fair?
It's all you. Listen, you've got the sea turtles, which those win on hands down automatically. So, listen, happy to be here. Happy to always be among friends. And as we were saying before, I'm fortunate to know everyone here through one platform or another, or through at one moment or another we've all met, which is fantastic. So happy to be here. Happy to participate and share and always grow.
All right, awesome. And by the way, since like we're all really good friends here, we can get like right down to like lightning bolt throwing, super directness in love, making everybody better, and maintaining absolute timing integrity. Judges, we're going to go 30 seconds each round of feedback, and we're going to like make magic happen. So yes, let us drop in. I'll say, let's see, Stanley, Grace, physically, where are you today?
Hey, Grace, we can't hear you. You're muted.
Okay, sorry. I'm at home, in my waterfront home in New York City.
Right, so you're super close. So Stanley's the away game. Stanley, do I have a 1 or a 2 under the table?
A 2.
I do have a 2. Excellent job, Stanley. It's probably 2 80% of the time, 90%, so I have to like shake that up. So Stanley, great job. Would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first.
All right, brother, who would you like Tony to be?
Who is who to be? You?
Tony. Who would you like
Tony. Okay, Tony. You are going to be somebody that has reached out to me by a survey, and you are or have experienced pain. So
Okay.
would you like to have pain, or would you like to have experienced pain?
Pain is, pain is part of life. So
Okay.
I can roll with that easily.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
It's in.
Okay. Ring, ring.
Hello,
Is this Tony?
this is.
Hey, Tony, this is Stan Dietrich with 360 Life Without Limits. Is this a bad time to talk to you?
No, it's fine. I've got about 3 minutes before I get.
Fantastic. Hey, before I get into why I called, I called because of the survey that you filled out, and you wanted to know a little bit more. But before I ask you that, can I ask you how you're doing during this time right now? How are things going?
Things are going okay, picking up. It's been an interesting time for sure, but things are picking up, and life is was starting to go back to normal. Of course, we don't know where things are going to be next week, but for right now, better than they were last week.
Right, normal. Yeah, that's going to be a new word, isn't it?
I don't know what normal is anymore.
Right. Could you tell me a little bit about what you do? You say things are picking up. What is it that you do?
Well, there's a few things that I do. I am a life and business strategist. So I help people in both their life and their business. Specifically, in business, we help turn businesses around. So the way what we like to say is we help good people make more money so they can do more good. So
Awesome.
turning around large companies that are struggling, whether it be because of COVID or because of management, sales issues, that sort of thing.
Well, turning lives around, that's got to be a challenge, especially right now. And I'm sure that your business is going to pick up incredibly, just because people are looking for new avenues. I mean, navigating through this, that's got to be exhilarating for you, and also challenging because just everything's changed. That really falls into alignment with what I do, and kind of why I'm calling you about the survey that you filled out. And what I do is I help people transform their life in the physical realm, and dealing with pain. And I know that you reached out because you were experiencing pain, or you are experiencing pain. How would you clarify that?
Yes, I was experiencing pain, and I do manage pain on a regular basis.
Manage it. So how do you manage pain? Can I ask you? What are you doing to manage it?
I try to stay I stay physically active, and I stretch, and I do some exercises.
Okay. So if,
On 20 seconds.
okay.
I do
So
have,
Tony,
a call coming in soon, and I also do some chiropractic as well. So
okay. And the results that you've had with that, are you satisfied with those results?
at times better than others.
Okay.
Listen, I really got to go. I've got this phone is ringing, so.
Fantastic. Well, let's, if we could follow up with this again, I'd like to, and carry on to see how we could change that, how to manage pain. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds fine. We can speak later.
Okay, let's do that.
All right, Stanley, how'd that feel for you?
It felt fine. It felt good. I was building that rapport with him, and getting him to explain where he was at and what he was doing, the navigating of his time and the challenges that he's going to face, and just connecting on that level.
Awesome. All right, let's drop in with Grace. Grace, who would you like Tony to be?
Hey, Grace, you're muted. Sorry about that.
Oh, Tony, be himself.
Cool. Take us in.
Ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello, is this Tony?
This is.
Hi, Tony, this is Grace. How are you? We met at
great.
Shaw's Christmas party, remember?
It was awesome.
I know, I love that party. That was an amazing party. Yeah.
That was an amazing party.
Yeah, we had that little chat, and you were telling me about your coaching and all that. Can you tell me more about it? Can you tell me?
Sure. I'm a life and business strategist, and as I had spoken to you, the name of the program and the movement is Get Up and Grow. So I help people get up and grow, whether it be in their personal life or in their business, because we all have to grow through what we go through, and business is no different. We have to grow through. There's those growing pains in the company. Sometimes you stagnate, but you've got to grow through it. So by putting in business specifically, and in life, by putting processes and systems in place, and having plans, and doing what needs to be done, you can certainly get to the other side, get to where you want to go, achieve the goals that you want to achieve, and in life, become the person that you want to be, and in business, create that money-making machine that it's supposed to be, because at the end of the day, that's what business is for. Business is supposed to be an income-generating machine, a moneymaker. Otherwise, it's a time waster, and it's much more work than it needs to be. So what I do is I help people turn their business around, scale it, get to the point that they can scale it, and have more of an impact. And again, helping good people make more money so they can do more good.
Awesome. That sounds like exactly what I want to do too. I got this great business opportunity, is doing just like that. Would you like to hear more about it?
Sure. I'm always willing to listen to opportunity, and to see where opportunity lies for helping you to grow your business.
Oh, awesome. It's going to be about 30 minutes. So is it next Wednesday or Thursday good for you?
Yeah, we can have another call because right now I've only got, less than a minute left, I think.
Yeah, so I would like to
But
spend
yeah.
a little time for that business opportunity presentation. It takes about 30 minutes. So I'd just like to know your schedule. How's your next Wednesday or Thursday?
Sure, we can see next week.
Yeah, cool.
Wednesday works. What time?
Yeah, it's about 1:30 Wednesday afternoon. Is that good for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
So for Thursday.
Okay. Well, it's great talking to you, Tony. I'm looking forward to talking to you more on Wednesday, and I'll let you know before before it starts. Thank you. Have a great day.
Hey, Tony, if you had one word of how it felt in your interaction with Stanley, what would that one word be?
It felt, it was good. He needed a stronger call to action at the end, but it was very good.
Okay, and how about for Grace?
Natural. She flowed well. She was comfortable with what she was doing. Again, they both did great in inquiring about, who I am, what I'm doing.
All right, cool. Let's check in with the judges. So for each person, let's go 40 seconds, 20 seconds of positive, 20 seconds of growth opportunity. When you hear the alarm, you have 5 seconds to go, and let's move right into a score for that person, starting with the one and only Kelly Hanna.
You're muted.
I'm mute.
Kelly.
Still muted, Kelly.
Yeah, I got it. I gave Stanley a 9.3, and I think the suggestions I would make are like really small tweaks that I think will have a very large impact. I would say ask him about what he's experiencing pain-wise before you tell him about yourself. You flip-flopped it. And then the other thing is that maybe do something before the phone call to get yourself in state, because your approach was a little choppy at times, and it should just be this natural dynamic flow. You just like, bam, you're in your head during the call. And I think that if you got on the rebounder for a second or made your move or did a couple nice deep breaths before the phone call, your energy would be more set to be in flow. And I think you'd crush it that way.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. And for Grace?
And for Grace, I gave also a 9.3. She's got such a bubbly, beautiful spirit, and it's really easy to get in a happy space around her because she's so authentic and transparent in her energy. I think the only thing I would have said is maybe ask him a little bit more about what his obstacles were. She jumped right into the offer and kind of almost very distinctly cut him off before he was done talking.
Got it. Okay. Excellent job, Kelly. Thank you. Craig from SoCal, what's up, brother? What do you have for Stanley?
Oh boy, this is harder on this part. I would say Stanley, wonderful. And I think when you said, are you satisfied? Literally, like and where's that pain you're going to continue? Making them feel the pain a little more down the road, I thought. But there was limited time. But in terms of just saying, are you satisfied? Like, if that pain continues, where are you going to be? But I thought your rapport buildup was great at the beginning. So I say an 8.5. And then Grace, again, good rapport on there. And I just put down there, same with you on there, seeing a little bit more what is his pain? What's something that would want him to come to you with? So I would give you an 8 on that. Very, very good job.
Excellent, Craig. Thank you, sir. And Fernando, what do you got?
Awesome. So for Stanley, I gave a 6.5. He was very high energy. The voice and tonality that Tony jumped in was already painful. Opportunity to speak into the pain into his voice. I love that he had energetic transference. It just wasn't congruent to where Tony was. He went directly into what do you do now, completely jumped over where have you been, question 1. There was also a yes or no question on time up front without any rapport. And truth is, Tony would have said no if this wasn't a role play. Stepped right into identity very quickly and completely skipped pain and yes. And I'll echo what Kelly said is amazing job. I can hear the formula within your prism. It felt as if you were going down a checklist of questions. So 6.5 for you, Stanley. For Grace, I gave her a 6. Amazing energetic transference from the gate, very pulling in, really easy to like listen to and be attracted to. It brought Tony's tonality up with her. So that was a lot more congruent. You also went right into what do you do now, completely skipped, where have you been? It could have been a great opportunity to access the Cali Law Party. How are you since then? What have you done since then? To create rapport upfront and quickly. You went right into your identity with the business opportunity and then didn't convey the identity of the business opportunity and went pretty quickly on an agreement formation without any pain and yes whatsoever. So I have a 6.5 for Stanley and a 6 for Grace Kim.
Excellent feedback. Yeah. So I would say for Stanley, I concur with all the feedback from the judges. Stanley, just like as Kelly was mentioning, just if you're in state in your body, like in your body, which you've been a lot lately. I think you got a little bit in your head somewhere in the progression. Like really, when you're feeling some resistance, like lean in. So Tony's doing a real nice job, a little standoffish, just lean in. Be like, yeah, like, how are you? Oh, good. Like, cool. Like, what's good? Just like mirroring, reaching in. And I would say when it comes to your heroic, unique identity, I wouldn't move there, like in this section until the next section. Really be making sure you're putting something at stake for Tony, his pain and what he wants and what he sees as his future, like aspirational, God is present empathy, a little bit of fun energy, just like in your body, energetic conveyance. With Grace, yeah, beautiful start. Like everything was fantastic. Again, putting something more at stake for Tony. And when you moved into the offer, it was like very abrupt. It was like, okay, great, we're rapport. Hey, are you interested in something? Like, sure. Okay, we'll do it for 30 minutes next. It's like, whoa. Like, maybe a little bit of like, hey, yeah, so what kind of opportunities are you looking for, Tony? Like, what's up in life? Why are you doing what you're doing? And then we could segue, hey, would it be okay for me to share a little bit about myself and something I'm up to? So a little softer transition, because that would match your beautiful flowing energy. And yeah, great job and great feedback, judges. I will in this second round, Stanley, since you won the toss and went first.
Can I jump in with something, Sean?
Yeah, go ahead, Tony, please.
So first of all, with Stanley, I think you guys are right on point. There's a comment that I like to tell people is when you come from the heart, it gets heard into the heart. It gets felt in the heart. When you go from the head, it goes to the head. So it's hard to get an emotional connection if you're just all head base. If you're coming from the heart, it's easier to get that emotional transference. Number one. And with Grace, what I was thinking, because again, I didn't resist her on really pushing back on what kind of business she was, because in my mind, I'm like, all right, well, we'll meet and I'll see how I can help your business. And maybe I can get you as a client instead of you getting me.
Cool. And also, I found that normally I would spend like 15, 20 minutes talking to somebody and just get into the story. But because I feel that I have a time pressure here, like 3 minutes max, and I just felt my inner clock is already there. So I didn't want to exceed the time limit. So that's why I went straight. Normally I won't talk like that.
Awesome. All right, excellent. Great job, Tony. Grace, Stanley. Hey, let's rock and roll. Stanley, second round, go first or second?
I'll go second this time.
All right. Grace, are you ready for round 2 with Tony? It's just an extension of your open conversation already.
Muted.
So what is the format now?
Yeah, this is the second half of the same conversation. It's like more conversation with Tony about like, I would say since you went right into agreement formation towards a yes for a future meeting, I might say, let's go this way. Tony just called you back and said, Grace, I know I had to rush you a little bit, but we got 3 more minutes today. You want to share a little bit more about what's going on and what you'd like
okay.
Let's go with he called you back.
Okay.
He said, I'm not sure. I don't know.
He has a second thought about the meeting.
Yes.
Do that one. Okay.
Take us in.
Hi, Grace. It's Tony here.
Hi, Hi, Tony. What's up?
Listen, I was just calling you back because I know we had set up a meeting for next Wednesday, but I don't know if I can dedicate a half hour. I was thinking about it, and my plate's already kind of full as it is right now. So I just wanted to touch base and just see if I can get a little more information on what it is that you're doing. Because again, I don't know that I can spare that half hour.
Oh, I totally understand. So, what would you like to know?
Really, what kind of business you're in, and what kind of what role would I come in as an investor, or my involvement? What kind of return am I getting? Do I have to sell anything? Is it just a financial investment, time investment?
Okay. For your question, first of all, is zero investment. There's no investment required. And you don't need inventory. We have this platform, international business set up online, ready for you, and that's for free too.
Okay, but what kind of business is it? What kind of product?
I tell people,
Is it a product or a service?
first of all, we have this biotechnology that's unmatched, this unique, and it's no other. This is really unique. Nobody else has this. It's exclusive. It's patented. We use gene expression technology that find out the nutrient to help our genes to get younger. So your genes, once you start taking this nutrient, either on your skincare, on your skin, or taking internally, it will help your genes to grow and repair cell at a useful state. So it's all good. And when you're doing that, you're helping people to get more energy, to do what they want to do in life, to achieve their dream. The byproduct is actually, residual income that's unlimited, sky's the limit. So this is the opportunity and zero investments.
So, but what does that mean? I have to be a representative for your company? I have to call?
No, all you have to do is just take a look at the business opportunity and you tell me where you go. There's no,
I understand, but is that, so would I be like an independent contractor? Am I, a distributor?
Well, of course, you'll be independent, but you get free trainings, unlimited free trainings. There's a lot of free trainings every day by millionaire leaders. It's all free. And there's corporate product training, that's free. So there's no financial commitment whatsoever.
So is this a multi-level marketing type situation, or I'm just trying to wrap my head around it?
Okay, how do you feel about multi-level marketing?
Mixed emotions. I think that some are very good and some are extremely bad.
I totally agree with you. Well, this company have annual sales about almost $3 billion a year, and it's rated by A1, highest rating, financial rating by Dun & Bradstreet. Is currently traded on New York Stock Exchange. So this,
okay,
and it's also
10 seconds, bud.
It's also voted as top 100, actually number 5 most trusted company by Forbes.
So how much time would I have to invest in this? Because like I said, I don't know that I want to water down my brand and what I do with too many things. What's the upside potential?
Well, you're a smart, very smart man. And all you do is check out the business opportunity and you make that decision yourself.
Tony, 10 seconds to go.
Okay, well, listen, if you want to just email that over to me and I'll take a look at it. And even if, I'm not, it's something that not in my wheelhouse, maybe there's someone else that I know that I can.
Yeah, it's just you're helping people anyway. So this is definitely helping people.
I'm curious. I'm curious about the product. I'm that's what I kind of want to know about the product and try it out myself.
I'm 57, so I have more energy than I have more energy than 2030. There's nothing better than this, I'm telling you.
Well, then we need to have a call on that.
Yeah, cool.
All right, I've got to go.
Thank you, and see you on Wednesday. Bye.
And Grace, the key seems to be you have your camera working to be like a living proof for your product. So great job.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, let's drop in. Stanley, you ready for round two?
I am.
All right, brother. In your heart, take us in.
Hey. Tony, you're calling me back or?
You're calling me back or whatever. Hey, Stanley.
Hey, Tony, thanks for calling me back. Hey, I appreciate the time that you're giving me here. You know, I really want to focus on that point where you are really concerned about other people and you're concerned about their financials, their business, their growth, their development. And what are you doing for your own physical development and growth?
Well, you know, I have a morning routine where, you know, I do some exercise and walking. I walk in the morning every morning. I do a morning routine where I get into, I do gratitude and I do incantations and, you know, I plan out my day and I play it out in my head and I see how it's going to go. So I plan my day out in the morning. And that's part of my routine. And part of that is also walking, you know, having a brisk walk every morning to get out in nature and to have some form of exercise, as well as trying to eat clean and eat right. So that I know that as we get older and the foods that we eat tend to weigh us down a lot more and have more of an impact on our bodies in a negative way. I heard about, you know, some new things that we've got to do with genes and fortifying our genes.
Right. So it sounds like you're definitely concerned about your physical state of being.
Yeah. Listen, as we get older, if you're not paying attention,
right,
you're going to pay the price.
Right. Right. And so what I'd like to do is I'd like to share with you about not paying a price that you don't have to. And what that is about motion and exercises that are passive that would help you not have pain. You don't have to manage it, as you said. And, you know, I'm in that space where you are. We align in our alignment with what our call is. And I think that's what I'm hearing. You want to empower people. And that's exactly what I do. And with the pain that you've had and the experiences that you've had, I'd like to show you how you could actually transform that and go into the next 20, 30 years, not only make you faster, better, and stronger, but able to do the things that you did, let's say 20 years ago. Would that be something that we could sit down?
Sounds good, but listen, I'm not the guy that's going to spend 20 hours a week in the gym. That's not
Nope.
me. I don't have that.
Nope. This is not 20 hours a week. This is, you know, if you brush your teeth every day, I can show you exercises that are less time than brushing your teeth.
Okay, well, now I'm curious.
Okay, fantastic.
So what exactly are those exercises?
Well, those exercises, we could schedule another appointment, but they're exercises that you can do at your desk. They can be done while you're walking. They can be part of your daily routine, just as in a 2-minute period. And so I'd like to just have time to just see what your body is experiencing and focus on those elements that you're not at optimal level. Would that be something you would give a half an hour to look into?
Yeah, I could, but where are these exercises from? Is this something that you came up with? Is it something that I can look into?
This is Egoscue exercises designed by Pete Egoscue, who was a Marine. He got shot, had shrapnel, decided that pain wasn't in his head, it was actually in his body. And he learned how to transform his body by getting his muscles in alignment. And that's what I teach. Yeah. So I'd love to set up an appointment with you. I've got to be running as well. So how about next Wednesday at 1 o'clock? Would that fit your schedule?
Sure. I have a 1:30 on Wednesday. So
fantastic.
1 o'clock.
Fantastic. It won't take but a half an hour. Thanks, Tony.
Right. Take care.
Good work, Stanley. Tony will bounce back to you in a bit. Let's start with Craig from SoCal. What did you have for Grace?
Okay, with Grace, I felt that Grace maybe lean in a little bit more going into why he started asking you questions. So he obviously didn't have enough, I felt he didn't have enough pain. So you had to lean into more pain because he was asking a lot of questions like he was kind of being flaky. But I thought your matching and mirroring was very good, especially when he first called at 7.0. And Stanley, actually, I felt this too. Good. And he started off with emotional rapport, but again, from him asking how much time, exercise, and all that, I just had that one question, like not exercise, how would it be down the road? One more question to give more pain for him. I gave you a 7.5.
Right. Kelly, what do you got?
Okay, for Grace, I gave her like an 8.8. I got really confused at where she was going for a while. And I couldn't quite figure out what angle she was trying to take because she bounced all over the place. And then she gets real excited and she didn't give Tony enough space to like complete what he was trying to say. And I would also use more open-ended questions.
Nice. And how about for Stanley?
Stanley, I jumped him up to a 9.5. I really thought he was much better in flow. You know, he did ask questions about Tony. There was reciprocity, there was congruence, there was validation, acknowledgement. I think he could have spent a little more energy completing a heroic, unique identity. And then again, like, you know, more open-ended questions. What would it feel like if we could reduce the time and you would feel better? And these are exercises you could do anywhere, anytime kind of thing.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Fernando, what do you have for Grace and Stanley?
Awesome, thank you. Just want to create the framing container. You know, personally, I believe I have just began to reach 9.0, which is where my framework of, you know, assessing comes through today. Grace, you did a really beautiful job of stepping into your Zeus into choose mode when you needed to, which is a great variance of your energy from Goddess. I love how you confronted. Also, what are your thoughts on network marketing exactly? Great way to lean in and move forward. So I gave you a 7.5 from the 6 I gave before. So amazing job moving forward, continuing. And then as some areas for growth, I would say just overall, pain and yes, step 2. It is just so critical on what we could do there. Even knowing if Tony has desire to look younger, feel younger, if there's anything there, being able to grab and anchor on that is really powerful. So 7.5 for you, Grace. On Stanley, same thing. I'm going to bump you up from the 6.5 I gave before to a 7. Just same feedback. Really want to anchor on pain and yes. I think the greatest breakthroughs up here from the 2 conversations today is defining pain and yes. I would go rising your level of mastery on acknowledgement and validation. They were, you know, level 5 acknowledgement and validation. They were present, but it wasn't infrared listening into why they were. Tony was sharing what he was saying. So there was opportunity for growth in pain and yes. There was opportunity for growth in 5D listening. There was opportunity for growth for deeper validation and acknowledgement. And overall, definitely inspirational energy for both would have been great as well. And I'll end there.
Excellent. Hey, Tony, you want to share any thoughts?
Yeah, I would say that, Grace, I was doing that. You know, I know I was being a little difficult, but the reason I was doing that is because I really needed more clarity. Now, certainly I do know a little bit about what you do. What I probably would have started with me is, hey, you know, who in your family, maybe, you know, share a little bit about your story, about your authority, how you helped your mother through that, because guaranteed that would hit me and it would hit just about anybody. Hey, do you want to feel younger? Do you want to have more energy? Do you want to feel good? Listen, I have this great opportunity, you know, but you know what, before even presenting the opportunity, I'd love to tell you about the product and perhaps you try it. You know, I'd love you to try it. And if it works for you, then, you know, I welcome you to join us in this movement of helping changing lives for other people. And just giving people a little bit more information on that would, I think, be beneficial to anyone that you're going to be on the phone with, to the point of hitting that pain point and giving people the hope of you're not going to be in that much pain. You're going to have more energy. You're going to feel better all the way around, and your body's going to be younger, and you're going to be able to enjoy that vessel that much longer. So, but I think you did great. I think your energy is great. I think that, you know, with me, it's like they were saying, your Zeus energy is strong, and I love that. So that was great. Stanley, same thing. This flowed a lot better. It would be better if I didn't, because I know that a lot of people don't know about Egoscue yet, and I keep having that conversation with Brian. I said, you know, you guys got to, and look, obviously that's changing, especially after being in front of 300,000 people in 1 week. I would probably lead with that and say, listen, there's these exercises. Instead of just talking about these almost like mysterious exercises, get a little validation, a little authority of what it is and what it does, and then say, hey, listen, why don't you meet with me and we can I can show you what some of these exercises are and how some of them are just going to absolutely change your world and help you live pain-free. And isn't that what you want? And I'd be like, yes. So just a few tips, but I think honestly, both of you guys did great. Again, little tweaks here and there, but it was awesome.
Yeah, excellent job. So thank you, Tony. Thank you to our judges. And so, yeah, for Stanley, I think overall, it's just really feeling the depth of connection and the transitions from step 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. And each of them have a different energy and variance within them. But when you're in your unique identity, it's stepping into Zeus. And there's some variance there, still presence. And Zeus doesn't mean overpowering, as you all know, but it means being decisive, being clear is like what is, right? And you know what is, like stepping into what is, and then moving into agreement formation in terms of like what is, but with empathy and safety and non-attachment to the outcome. Like it's okay either way. And that was present, by the way, for you and Grace. So excellent work. For Grace, I think, you heard consistency of just really delineating the message, continuing to expand on your pauses as we've spoken about. Your energy is fantastic. It's infectious. It's present. It's fun. And then, but shifting from that fun to like clarity, like boom. So yeah, like here's what is like, Tony digging in deeper, putting something at stake. And then listen, I lived a life of 30 years of schedule. I lived a life of success where I had things paid for in January. What I'm committed to now in my life is flow. Just working with the people that I want to work with. I'm looking for 6 people right now, 6. And I may not be right for you. You may not be right for me, but I feel pretty good about our conversation and I'm excited about what you're up to in the world. And I'd really like to find out if you're one of those 6 and if I'm the right fit for you. Like stepping in, like slowing it way down from the fun to like that decisive, empathetic, deep listening energy that was present for me. So, but excellent job, Grace. Excellent job, Stanley. Stanley, real quick, how was today for you?
Today was good. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. What would you want to make available for yourself going forward? Like, what's the biggest insight you can take forward?
It's just getting out of my head in the beginning, and it's learning how to disrupt him when he's carrying on, because he was carrying on a little bit like it was going more than a normal conversation would be. I mean, you might not give that much information in the beginning, and because that the call is about you. So I would think that would have been a little bit more role playing, knowing that, hey, I'm responding back to him and his inquiry.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Excellent. And I would continue to make sure, brother, that you are accelerating rapidly and your ecosystem merging with the people that make the most sense for you, geographically, specifically. Like you're ready, it's time. Yes?
Yes, absolutely.
Grace, how was today for you?
Beautiful. Excellent. Great experience. Thank you.
Yeah. What's your biggest takeaway?
I feel more because of sales mastery, because the coaching, and I feel more confidence. I feel more comfortable talking, and this is a proof of that right now.
Excellent. Keep it up. Great job. Thank you, Grace. Kelly, thank you for being here. How was today for you?
It's wonderful. I just, I hear something different and new things become present with me with each and every time I do this. And so it's a great learning curve for me as well. So I do appreciate everybody's energy and volunteering to go through all of this in service of like so much.
Well, thank you, Kelly. Great. Craig from SoCal. What's up, brother? And what is made available for you through today?
I respect this, and I didn't do good service for Stanley and Grace because I'm so focused on trying to figure things out. I realized, man, there's a lot to this. So I got to get better at this so I can be more beneficial to these guys.
No, brother, listen, it's step 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 indispensable elements, 4 energies. The unlocking of that equals the massive acceleration of everything you're creating in the world. So really committing, not just to connect and meet people, to your own mastery and what to do with it. On the other side of that, brother, is everything you want to create.
Yeah.
Fernando, how was today for you?
It was fun to be on the whole time. It's been a while since I had the opportunity to be on an entire Real Raw. Thank you, Grace, and thank you, Stanley, for stepping in, being true, and standing in your truth. Tony, for stepping in as a role player and a judge. Sean, for your wisdom as always. And it was cool to just be able to sharpen my own skills through the prism of the formula. Sometimes we sit here and it's like, wait, well, I think I could have said this, or I think they could have done that. And it's just exceptional to have toolbox to say, yeah, just do this and a little bit of this and shift that and have actual language around feedback. So it was nice to flex that mastery here today and share that experience with all of you. So thank you for having me on.
Thank you. Tony, we got to get these thunderstorms to pass. My daughter's in-person graduation from high school is this evening. So all of your thoughts and prayers will be appreciated. So we got to have a beautiful night. But Tony, thank you for being here today, brother.
Appreciate being here as well. Appreciate all of you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great day, everybody.